Hi, everyone. Welcome to week 9 of FAM 180. This week, we are talking about poverty in Canada and how poverty affects Canadian families. Before I do that, though, just a couple of things I wanted to mention. I'm noticing a significant number of late discussion posts. And the problem seems to be getting worse the later we get in the semester. So I just want to remind you that weekly participation in this course is important, and it ultimately will be reflected in your final participation grade for the course. Online courses are great in terms of flexibility, but you really have to be diligent about making or protecting time to do the work in the course. So I'll be watching for discussion posts being done on time. If you are going to be late posting, you can send me an email letting me know that you have something going on, which is going to cause you to be late with your post. But when you don't post on time, your group members have no one to respond to. And I get concerned too about your engagement in the course. So just a gentle reminder, please make an effort to do your posts in a timely way. So thank you for that. So last week's posts were about the Motherlode documentary, and the lesson was about paid and unpaid work. And I saw a lot of personal stories. This topic resonated for many of you, and many of you shared personal stories about either carrying heavy workloads as working parents and working moms, or perhaps watching your own mothers trying to manage with a disproportionate part of the workload. So I was really touched by seeing some of your personal stories. It obviously resonated for you. And I saw themes about mother's guilt, about how that drives feelings of overwhelm and maybe perpetuates that unequal balance of household responsibilities. And lots of you mentioned noticing how social policies contribute to alleviating some of the issues regarding workloads by subsidizing childcare and providing paid maternity leave. And these are definitely steps that help alleviate some of the pressure from families that have dual incomes or working moms or lone parent families. However, we still have a lot further to go. So in British Columbia, we've made strides with the $10 a day childcare, but that's not widely available yet to everyone. It's not universal. So here's hoping that we'll continue to develop social policies, that our policies will continue to evolve to support families. But like I said, we have a further to go. And I have to say that many of you did talk about an observable shift in men taking on more responsibility on the home front and being more involved parents and taking on an equal share of the workload at home. And so I also saw a lot of hope in your discussion posts about that evolving and hopefully changing how workload is distributed between the genders. So thanks, lots of thoughtful responses in your posts, and I always enjoy reading the discussion forums. So this week you're going to watch another documentary that's quite touching, heart-wrenching. It's powerful. It's about growing up being poor in Canada, and it follows a family, particularly a child in that family, in terms of his experience growing up poor. There isn't a discussion post this week, but I'm hoping to generate some discussion about the documentary because it is so powerful. So I'm posting a couple of questions in this week's preview section. So feel free to respond to that after you've watched the documentary. Finally, I just want to mention it's really important now. You're going to be starting your wiki projects. Really important that you check out the how to add information on wiki or how to use wiki video that I posted last week. It's going to maybe save you some frustration later on. So be sure to check out that video before you start adding your content. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty straightforward. It's a lot like adding information to a discussion post, but you have to know how to do it and kind of have some understanding of how Wiki works. So please check out the video. If you have questions about the Wiki or you're having trouble with the Wiki, feel free to contact me. So I hope you have a great week. I hope you enjoyed this week's lesson on poverty in Canadian families, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye, everyone.